Now, Trump wants his own parade, that's all right. He wants to show off America's military muscle, that's all right too. But the point he misses is this. America's most potent weapon, the dollar, is losing its edge. The US dollar is the world's reserve currency, and there's not even a close second. It protects the US economy against balance of payment crises because it imports and services borrowing in its own currency. The real power of the dollar is its relationship with sanctions programs. Sanctions target persons, entities, organizations, a regime, or even an entire country. And sanctioned entities are cut off from all kinds of funding. If any dollar payment were to flow through a US bank or the American payment system, then it proves the necessary nexus for the US to prosecute the offender or act against the American assets. The US has consistently weaponized the dollar, but there's now an increasing effort to dismantle the dollar. On Wednesday, the US dollar suffered a sharp fall after Trump tweeted about how the US should match China and Europe's currency manipulation game. Donald Trump clearly has a myopic view of the problem, because China, along with Russia, is ramping up efforts to move away from the dollar altogether. Just a week ago, remember, Moscow and Beijing inked an agreement to switch to national currencies for bilateral trade. The yuan ruble payments are being made on existing contracts as well, and the mechanism of payments is in national currencies is set to be developed by next year. China is Russia's largest trading partner, and with bilateral trade exceeding $107 billion. The two sides are also planning to double the current trade volume in the next few years, and the US dollar will not have a part to play in any of it. At the end of 2018, remember, even as the US levied fresh sanctions on Iran, India struck a deal to pay for Iranian oil in rupees. We found a way to circumvent the dollar. Countries facing sanctions like Iran and Turkey are increasingly looking at doing business in their national currencies. And that said, the dollar is looking at an immediate future where it is set to weaken. The US Federal Reserve is getting ready to cut rates. Speculation is rife that the Fed will cut interest rates this month for the first time in a decade. Add to that the still ongoing US-China trade war that's hurting the dollar. Expectations for a smooth resolution in the trade war have waned after Trump said that any agreement would have to be tilted somewhat in favor of the US. So much for the deal maker.